Hey guys, good day. So this video will be short because I've actually made a video on this before. So this is Edward Stanley, aka Simple Graphics. So I'm going to be talking about design principles. I've been singing it and saying it that design principles are what guides you in having a perfect and a good design. So when you know the design principle and you know how to apply them, your design is going to be amazing. But if you don't know them, you will end up doing random design, or what I call broken design. You get so there are so many types, but these are the major design principle that is out there. So the first one is emphasis. Emphasis, they used to add hierarchy to it. So you can say emphasis. Some people may say emphasis is different from hierarchy, but I see them as kind of the same. Emphasis is that you are emphasizing on something specific. Hierarchy is, you are emphasizing on something but in different levels. So that's just the basic difference between the two. So emphasis is focus point in your design to prioritize information and guide the viewer's attention. So you are emphasizing on something. It can be you're emphasizing something with color, with size, with shape, with typography, whatever you use to make something pop up is emphasis. You understand? So hierarchy is just making things big in different sizes. That's just hierarchy. So another principle of design is balance and alignment. So most people can say balance is different, some people can say alignment is different, but putting them together is actually kind of saying the same thing. So in balancing, you're trying to make the weight of the design to be equal. Design have weight. So the text you put, the shape you put, the color you add, each of those things has weight. So in making those weights to actually become balanced, that is where you work with alignment. So the alignment, just like the way you have in your Microsoft Word, for people who have seen Microsoft Word, who have used Microsoft Word, you'll see there is alignment to the left, alignment to the right, alignment to the middle. That's the three major alignment. And there are also symmetrical alignment, asymmetrical alignment. They're just different size of alignment, but the major one you use in design is alignment to the right, alignment to the center, alignment to the left. So those three one are the major thing people use for design. So people can play around other alignment, but these ones are the major one. So the next one we're going to talk about is contrast. Contrast use difference in color, in sizes, in weight to make elements stand out, creating visual interest. When you say design is popping out, like this design pop out very well, is because of the contrast in the design. So people use dark background and they will use light right up, or when they use light background they will use dark right up. That just contrast. But you can see some people who will use a noisy background. What I mean by a noisy background is actually a background, maybe a background that has rough design on it, and then they will still add text to it, and that text they will add to it will still be kind of the same color with the background. So they are failing the principle of contrast in that place. So if you are making design, you're making some people like to use many colorful background. I used to like plain background. I don't know why. Just like it plain background. People like rough background where they'll put colors, put different things. Some of them will end up with by using different colors that does not actually contrast very well. So that's just for contrast. It's just in difference in color and in sizes, in shapes. You understand? In the width, that's just contrast. So the next one is repetition. Repetition is just repeating of something. When you're using text, you are using one text, maybe you are using one font size, one font, you can repeat that font over and over again. Then you can use the font. What you will just be changing is the font family. You understand? You can use medium, you can use bold, you can use semi-bold, you can use regular, just different font family, but you're actually repeating the same font. That one can be for font. Then in shape, you can repeat the same kind of shape. You understand? Then you can also repeat colors. You get, maybe you use black color, red color, black color again, red color for the right top. That's just repetition. It's something very simple. So proportion ensures elements are appropriately sized relative to each other to maintain visual harmony. So some people will say, okay, I'm putting my text at the right and then I'm putting my image at the left. That's proportion. Some people say I'll put my image at the right and put my text on the left. That's also proportion. Just trying to make it balanced or pleasing to the eye by striking the balance to the design. Understand? So that's just proportion. Then the last one, second to last here, is movement. What is movement? But some people can still call it flow. Now in movement, you direct your viewers how they should read your flyer or your design that you are making. A perfect example for this is church design, where they will actually make it the theme of the program pop out, and then every other thing will be small, and then the picture of the pastor will be bold too. So that's just movement or flow. You direct your viewers on how they read your design. So they'll start from the ones that is more emphasized, and then to every other thing that is there. So the last one here is white space. Some people design is just very noisy. I think I made a design recently that has very noisy background. The right top, everything was just crowded. There was no space in the design, and I was like, what's this? So I have to redesign it, and then I gave a lot of space. Not that obvious, but you just know that this design has spaces. So that is just so your design need to breathe. Let the design breathe. Yes, this is not a pour, this is a design. Let the design breathe. So whatever you want to design, try to make it breathe. Try to make it, have space to, to associate with other element of design that are actually in that design. So I think we've come to the end of this video. So if you've not subscribed, please do it to subscribe. If you've not followed, depending on where you are watching this video from, please do it to follow or subscribe. And if you want to still get more understanding on this principle of design, I still have other videos I made before about principle of design. You can still check them out also. And then I think that is it. So thank you, and see you in the next video.